Alright, what's up, everybody? How's it going tonight? It took us a couple minutes to get filled, but we got there. Alright, let's get this case opened up. And then we can get this show on the road. I'm just going to move it here. I'll show you guys the case, and then I'm going to bring it back here to open it. So there's that. There's all the sides of it. Not tired of breaking. Never, Scott, never. You know the movie Home Alone, Scott? Where Macaulay Culkin says, "You guys give up?" And the guy stands up and goes, "Never!" Hey, Corey. Just occurred to me, I've never looked at the back of one of these. Features 100 card set, including 40 base, numbered to 35, 40 base 2016 throwbacks, numbered to 35, and 20 rides, numbered to 35. And then it has all the different things. All right, so let's get this show on the road. I blame myself a little bit for the reason why this one took a little bit longer to fill. Partly, I think, because originally we had it scheduled as a 2-box break, and then at the last second, I called an audible and switched it to a full case. And I probably shouldn't have done that. because I could see how that might upset a few folks, especially if you were planning on getting in and then I doubled, basically what, you almost double the price. I could see how that would maybe upset some folks, and I really didn't think about that until after the fact. So that's my mistake, and I won't do that again because that's not fair. Like I said, it really wasn't something that even occurred to me until after the fact, and then it was kind of, I'd already done what was done, and there wasn't really any going back. So, but noted that it probably was either upsetting or maybe very inconvenient for some folks. So it's my mistake. It's on me. So here's our list. These are 2025. 2025 NT Micah. 25. Current year. The stuff that just came out a couple weeks ago. All right. And then we got a couple of duck races to do, so let's get the first one ready. Again, I appreciate everybody's support, everybody's patience. Like I said, I kind of take responsibility for things not going with this one exactly the way they should have, and that's on me. But I appreciate everybody bearing with me. Sometimes I mess up too, and I have to admit it, and that's okay. It happens to us all. So, duck race filler number 1. We're looking for the top 2. First place group will get the Kowicki to Ben Rhodes group, and then second place will get Brandon Jones to Bubba. And we got 1 through 28 there. So, we got 28, 35 seconds. Let's shuffle them once and show us the top 2. Here we go. Good luck. And then we'll have another one to do for those last few spots. I probably would have started the break right at 9:30, but I was waiting on 2 payments for spots that were kind of high-end drivers too, and so I had to get that sorted out. Otherwise, I probably would have broken this without doing that last filler, but duck 26 and 1. I thought it would be 1. Yeah, 26 is Storm Ghost. And number 1 is Tim Mays. So that is filler number 1. Storm Ghost gets Kowicki, Bowman, Hill, Rhodes. Tim Mays gets Brandon Jones, Zamora, Bubba, Wallace. And then I don't want to do that, but I do. You can hit race again, but it doesn't really do what you want. So you have to go out of it, refresh it, get it all resituated to get a whole fresh setup, basically. All right. And then here's filler number 2, a little bit smaller. 1 through 18, and same deal. Top 2 is what we're looking for. Pretty self-explanatory. Good luck to everybody in this one as well. We'll shuffle them once. Here we go. They're off. Quack. Quack. Oh, man, look at 12 in the middle. Look at that. Timed it perfect. Duck 12. Moving and grooving. Duck 12 is going to be Glenn Collier. And then second place is Duck 10. And that's going to be James Holland. $12 and $10 on filler number 2. Looks like that. Man, Duck 12 was moving. All right, let me put this stuff off to the side, and then we're ready to rock and roll here. No whammies. Duck 12 was trying to pull a Ross Chastain move, wasn't he? I will tell everybody, let me just start all over again. I will tell everybody that tomorrow we'll do a Prism break. I'll post it at 7 p.m. 2025 Prism, 4-box, and I'll post that at 7 p.m. And tomorrow morning I'll get a new updated schedule posted for this coming week. But tomorrow, Prism at 7. And then on Saturday we've got a mail sale that will run from 8 to 11. 8 to 11 on Saturday, mail sale. And then I'll get the rest of it added into the schedule and posted tomorrow for you guys. All right, here we go. We're going to start out with Brent Cruz, White Sparkle, going to Steve. Then we got Matt Kenseth. Kenseth goes to JR. And the throwback, Gio Ruggiero, going to Sea Salt. Again, shipping is included with all cards for this break. And it's my intention to get them all shipped tomorrow. I know I said that I was going to make a shipping post today, but with National Treasures kind of bleeding in, I wanted to wait till we got this break done and over with before I made a shipping post. Just trying to, not make people pay for shipping and then hit something in a break, you know what I mean? So my new plan is I'll probably post that shipping post on Wednesday because I want to get clear of the Prism break too. So that's my new plan. And if anybody needs to know right away or you're curious, you can always message me anytime. 1 of 15 base, Dale Jr. going to Storm Ghost. You never have to wait for me to make a post. If you want to know where you're at with shipping, just message me. I'll be glad to figure it out for you. It's no problem. 48 out of 75 treasured swatches. Jamie McMurray. The sheet metal. I don't know what that is. Like fuzz. Weird. J-Mac goes to Will Black. Oh, and that's a nice piece. Race used sheet metal. 40 6 out of 75, Landon Castle. Going to Jake. I'm going to point you guys down just a hair. I feel like I'm showing cards like to the ceiling. So 15 of 75, Treasured Swatches, Daniel Suarez. The Amigo going to Jerry. And then we got Team Duels, 24 of 75, Kyle Larson and Cliff Daniels. So Larson is William Steele, and Cliff Daniels is in the unlisted spot with Logan Ward. So that will be a random when we finish up in just a little while. Between those two. I'm going to put it right here in front so I don't forget. Next up, 29 of 99, Kaz Gralla. Kaz Gralla will be an unlisted driver and go to Logan Ward. I could be wrong, but I think this is the first break Logan has actually gotten into. Logan's been trying for a while. I want to give Logan some props because persistence is the key for sure. Glad to see you break through. $19 of 49, Tanner Gray, Clutch Factor. Tanner goes to Brian. And we're going to go 16 out of 99, Lane Riggs for Tim Mays. Move the base junior. And then 4 of 25, Corey Heim with the auto. Going to Steve Teskey. I'm not sure I'd call that the world's greatest box overall. That might be my least favorite NT box we've opened to this point, to be completely blunt. Not that they're not, I never try to say they're not good, but, you know, usually you're looking for at least one, like, nice SSP, you know, something out of 10 or shorter printed than that. No mags is kind of the telling. It's not about the drivers as much as just... Let's see if these other 3 boxes will make up for that one. All right. Starting out, Kyle Busch. Going to Thomas Jones Jr. We got Tony Breidinger going to Jake. You guys tell me what you think. I've been considering with this National Treasures checklist, I was really considering reworking the whole checklist to make it look like how I did turn 4, where basically every spot is 2 drivers paired together. And, you know, in certain instances, I'd probably try to pair the ones that have team duels together when it's appropriate. If anybody has any feelings on that, let me know. Either way. Richard Petty, White Sparkle. Going to Logan. There's positives and negatives to the 2 per spot thing. The positives is it makes the checklist shorter in that you have a better chance at hitting something. Because it condenses it down from, 100 spots to like 65, 70 spots by the time I do it all. So it'll condense the list down. Your odds are better of hitting something. The con is, because I've shrunken the list and we added drivers to spots, then the cost of some of the spots goes up. So it's like you know what I mean? It's kind of like a give and take there. But I felt like the way we did turn 4 worked out pretty nice. And it was kind of like a nice happy medium. So maybe we'll do one and just try it and see what everybody thinks. And if everybody comes back to me and says, Mike, that sucked, then we'll go back to this way. Or if everybody comes back and says, hey, we like that, let's stick with it, then we'll go that route. But I was just thinking maybe give it a shot and see. So, all right, off to a little better start in this one. That's what I was looking for, is something short printed. 3 of 5, SSP Denny Hamlin. Going to go to Katrina. Nice hit, Katrina. We would have probably taken those spots and it would be a wash. Yeah, there's exactly, James. I think I think it could go. Yeah, I agree. So I think it worked out well for turn 4. So maybe we'll try it and just see what you guys think. Denny out of 5. I'm gonna move Landon. To put Denny up there. All right. Then we're going to go 15 out of 75. Eric Jones. Race used fire suit. That belongs to Andrew Haywood. $21 of 75, Michael McDowell. I believe that's sheet metal. Yeah, it's cold to the touch. Sheet metal. McDowell went through the filler and ends up going to James in the second filler. So congrats, James. Your filler work paid off to a degree. Another team duel. Justin Allgaier and Sammy Smith. 71 of 75. Justin Allgaier is Glenn Collier. Sammy Smith is Candace. So we got our second random to do at the end. We'll add it to the pile. I'm going to open some more 130-point top loads real quick. So one thing I wanted to share with you guys tonight that I started working on the other day, but then really started getting serious with it today, or yesterday and today. But most of you know we do the breaks, or I do the breaks from my basement, and I don't have a lot of room. Well, there's this closet that is just sort of I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it other than it's just a misfit closet. 9 of 30, treasured swatches, Kyle Larson. Larson will go to William Steele. So, anyway, with this closet, I've taken the door off the hinges and cleaned it out, and I got a couple of shelving units ordered, and I'm going to use this closet to store and organize, you know, all my supplies. It's going to be helpful to store and organize consignment cards, and it's just going to give me a lot more space. And it's just a small closet, but you know, I'm excited. I'm excited about it, and I feel slightly ignorant that it took me 5 years to realize that all I needed to do was pop the hinges off this door and open it up, and I could be using it. So, you know, sometimes the best ideas are literally right under your nose. So, I took a before picture before I've done anything in there, and then once I get the shelves and stuff in, I'll take another picture and show you guys what it looks like. David Reagan Jumbo Booklet Tire. At least the tire piece is cool. David Reagan is unlisted, and we'll go to Logan. There you go, Logan. I always say, and people probably get tired of this, but even this one with the tire, if you got like a silver Sharpie or gold, silver would stand out. Get that autographed. I'm not big on getting a lot of stuff signed that wasn't meant to be signed, but the booklets where there's no auto, most of the time I think that works out well. Race Gear Graphs, Kyle Weatherman, 7 out of 75. Weatherman will go to Logan. Let's swap him out for Lane Riggs for a moment. Oh, here we go. 25 of 25. Treasured numbers, Kevin Harvick. Going to Storm Ghost. Harvick was one of the last drivers, one of the last, 10 or so to be claimed. Surprisingly enough. That's nice. Nice on-card auto. Takes a special marker. Oh, you're right, Danny. Wasn't even thinking about that. Danny's right. Like a regular... I think you need like a paint pen, don't you? Dual autos. Carson Hocevar and Michael McDowell. 71 out of 99. Hocevar goes to Danny. And McDowell goes through the filler to James Holland. So that's our third duel that we're going to need to random in 2 boxes. We'll be busy doing randoms for a minute when we're done. That's okay. If we do what I was talking about with the updated list and putting pairs together, it'll resolve some of that. Candace knows which one. Well, there you go. If anybody's unsure and they're trying to get a tire signed, maybe shoot Danny or Candace a message and ask them what they use. Because he's right. A Sharpie doesn't do well at all. My gut guess is it probably need a paint pen, but it still might need to be a certain kind. So Harrison Burton. White Sparkle goes to Filler 2 and Glenn. And we got John Hunter Nemechek going to Stephen Hudson. And Kevin Harvick for Storm Ghost. All right, box 3. Let's see what we got. We got an IOU in the back. I knew it was like I could feel it hanging on in the bottom of the box. We got 13 out of 35 for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ricky goes to Dan the Man. And one touch. We got a 1-on-1. We found one. Treasured Swatches Laundry Tag, Jeb Burton, 1-on-1. Jeb Burton will go to Logan Ward in the unlisted drivers spot. Congrats, Logan. One Jeb Burton laundry tag. Well, that doesn't suck. After that first box, things have picked up nicely. 67 out of 75, Christian Eckes. Race used tire. Eckes goes to JR. And then Treasured Swatches, 10 out of 10. There we go. Hollow Gold, Taylor Gray for Brian Kessler. I believe that's sheet metal. It sure looks like sheet metal to me. I do believe. Just joined. Well, you got here at the right time, Logan. Yeah, man, you got here at the right time. Taylor Gray. Not bad. Not bad at all. 74 of 75, Dale Jr. Race used fire suit. Who's got Junior? Storm Ghost has Junior. And then 14 out of 30. Matty D, Matt DiBenedetto. That's certainly part of the Monster Energy logo. Would know those letters anywhere. Going to Logan. Logan, you're killing it. You might have to go back to whatever you were doing. Just kidding. But yeah, you're killing it. Rookie of the Year, Austin Cindric from 2022. 54/99. Belongs to Dan Owens. Next up, we got 6 of 25, Luke Fenhouse. Rookie autograph. Going to Brian Kessler. Very nice. Nice indeed. Oh, I forgot we had the redemption under there. Triple threat, Chase Briscoe. 14 out of 99. 14 out of 99, Chase Briscoe. It's his old door number. Briscoe going to Scott Bastian. That was another one where we've had a couple. This one for Scott and then Luke were both kind of late, later on in the cleans process where they thought, well, heck, we'll take. I think it was those guys thought, well, we'll take one to see if we can help out a little, which I appreciate. I'm glad to see it reciprocated with you getting a hit, though. And we got premium patches, Ryan Blaney. Young Ryan Blaney going to Katrina. Nice, Katrina. That's the first redemption of the case. Happy for Katrina, but redemptions still suck. We covered that. We covered that last episode pretty well, I think. All right, fourth and final box. Let's do it. Starting out, Kevin Harvick. Hashtag redemptions suck. They sure do. Just ask Val. He knows. Kevin going to Storm Ghost. Then we got Chase Elliott. Good to see Chase making an appearance. Going to Thomas Jones Jr. And then we got Luke Fenhouse. Back to Brian. Last one. Let's make it a good one. Oh, it might be good. I think we got a dual auto in the back. We love another random. Oh, another good start. 2 out of 5 with the green. Emerald green, I believe, is technical. Kyle Busch. Going to Thomas Jones Jr. We like that. We like the short prints, the super short prints, I might add. I'm going to move Harvick. 2 of 5, Kyle Busch. Next, 62 out of 75, Alex Bowman. Race used tire. Bowman belongs to Storm Ghost in filler 1. It's hard to get used to seeing cards with Denny in the progressive fire suit. That light blue just doesn't make me think Denny right away for whatever reason. 14 out of 25 going to Katrina. Is there autos the rest of the way? There's 6 cards left. If they're all autos, I'm going to be shocked. They could be. 11 out of 25, Jeff Bodine, treasured numbers. A lot of people forget. He was really tough to deal with there for a period. Going to Logan. Jeff Bodine. Then we got Priest Lightning, Ryan Priest. 79/99. Going out to Glenn. Back to treasured numbers. 4 career wins. Harrison Burton. I feel like they should have put Xfinity because he doesn't have 4 cup wins, does he? Yeah, I think he only has 1 cup win. 40/99. Going to filler 2. And Glenn Collier. That's a bit of an oversight maybe on there. Unless it's just 4 career NASCAR wins. I don't know. I guess I don't know what they based that off of. Slamming Sammy Smith, 63/75. Race Gear Graphs goes to Candace. And then we got 2 left. William Sawalich, 3/5. That's the Emerald Green SSP patch auto. That's got a lot going for it. Nice 2-color sheet metal. Going to go to Sea Salt. I'm trying to decide what size mag I want to put that in. I think it needs to be 130. Yeah, that's what I thought, Will. I thought it was for Xfinity. And we got a couple nice cards here to end this one. The Sawalich, we'll take that for sure. I'm going to move Denny because he's been there the longest. Put Sawalich up there. And one more nice one. 48/99 dual autos, Kelly Earnhardt and Dale Jr. So Dale Jr. is Storm Ghost, and Kelly belongs to Logan. We're going to have a couple of broken hearts tonight, I fear. So let me just apologize in advance. Like I said, I think making the changes that I want to make to the list will rectify some of this with some of these duels, though. So it could serve dual purposes. So we'll get back to that in just a minute with the randoms. We got 4 randoms that we need to do at the end of this. So again, congrats to those who hit. I appreciate everybody's support, everybody's patience, because this one took a little longer than we're used to. And like I said, I kind of take the blame for that because I called an audible sort of last second, and I probably should not have done that. So I take the blame for that. But I appreciate everybody's support nonetheless. Let me run you back through a recap, and then we'll do these randoms and wrap it up for a night. So we had White Sparkles of Luke Fenhouse, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick again, John Hunter, Harrison Burton, Richard Petty, Tony B, Kyle Busch, Gio Ruggiero, Matt Kenseth, and Brent Cruz. We'll do these first. Relics, we had Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman. Nice Matty D with the Monster Energy in there. Dale Jr., Christian Eckes, Kyle Larson, Michael McDowell, Eric Jones, Landon Castle, another nice patch, like 4 colors. Jamie McMurray and Daniel Suarez. The base cards, we had Stenhouse out of 35 And Dale Jr. out of 15. Those were the throwbacks. Then autographs, we had the one redemption. That was Ryan Blaney. Then we went Sammy Smith, Harrison Burton, Ryan Preece, Jeff Bodine, Kevin Harvick, Chase Briscoe, Luke Fenhouse, Austin Cindric, Kyle Weatherman, Kaz Gralla, Lane Riggs, Corey Heim, and Tanner Gray. And then our magged cards, we had out of 5, Denny Hamlin. Out of 10, Taylor Gray, treasured swatches. We had a booklet of David Reagan with the tire out of 25. Out of 5, Kyle Busch, base, green. Out of 5, William Sawalich, patch auto, colossal. And the 101, treasured swatches, Jeb Burton. Congrats again, Logan, on that one. Laundry tag, platinum blue, all the things. And then we've got 4 duels that we need to take care of. We'll do them in order from the first to the last. Dylan into the wall again. Oh, no. Hey, Mike, we were on a good streak for you for a little bit, though. At least we had that. All right, so first one up is going to be Kyle Larson and Cliff Daniels. So basically, we got to do Kyle Larson. And I'm going to put Cliff below Kyle because he's technically unlisted. Let me kill that light too so it doesn't blind you guys. All right, 5 times. You guys know the deal. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's going to go to the Cliff Daniels spot and Logan Ward with the relic, the dual relic. Let me take enough time to make a note so I don't forget any of these. If it was only like 1, I could probably remember. 4, I'll forget somebody. So... this getting old thing, man. You forget stuff. Easy. All right, next one is Justin Allgaier and Sammy Smith. Allgaier and Sammy. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's going to go to Sammy Smith spot and Candace. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked... oh, random. I clicked Web Tools instead of back, and then it took me to this whole thing that I didn't want to go into. Whole Pandora's box. Carson Hocevar and Michael McDowell are next up. Next on my list of whose heart to break. Hocevar and McDowell. All right. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's going to be 5. So that's going to go to the Michael McDowell spot, which is filler 2 and James Holland. If I can pick it up. So that'll go to James. And then we got Dale Jr. and Kelly Earnhardt to finish it off. So, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kelly Earnhardt. I know her real last name is Earnhardt Miller, but I don't know that any of us really call her that. It's just Kelly Earnhardt. So anyway, here we go. 5 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's going to go to the Dale Earnhardt Jr. spot and Storm Ghost. Yeah, Storm Ghost. So congrats, Storm Ghost. That's a really awesome card. Storm Ghost has been on a pretty decent run here lately with hitting some really cool duels between this and IndyCar. So again, congrats to everybody. Thank you to everybody who participated and helped. And like I said, I'm very well aware that there was some folks taking some spots just trying to help, and I appreciate that very much. And as I mentioned, I'll try to retool the list a little bit and see what we can figure out with it. Maybe make it a little bit better for everybody by